Welcome to a Tool Show Testimonial Tuesday. That's alliteration. So today we're going to be going over peak male performance pills. And why I'm going over these is because this is an important time. It's quarantine, it's this, it's that. It's a time to hopefully start thinking about doing a recomposition. And what a recomposition is, basically losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time is very difficult, but let's move on. That's what I'm working on, and which is why I'm doing this review. Your T levels have to be optimal for this to occur and to put on muscle and to yada yada yada. That's where these come in. I've basically been using these not as a cheat code but as an enhancer. Basically, I'm going to go over these pills, what they've done for me, and see if they're right for you. I apologize for the hat, by the way. There are not many barbers working during quarantine. You know what? Let's just let it rock. Whatever. These are basically just little pill capsules full of different adaptogen blends. It's got about probably like 45 different ingredients, but mainly more ingredients than others, obviously. If you don't know what adaptogens are, look them up. They help your body come to a homeostasis. I've mentioned them before. If your T levels are low, it'll help bring them up to a good balance. If your cortisol is too high, it will help stabilize you, which is very important for sleep and putting on muscle. I am trying to do a recomposition where I think I just mentioned. Did I mention that? I think I mentioned that. I'm trying to do a recomposition. I'm trying to put on muscle, trying to lose fat at the same damn time. It's very difficult. Quarantine has been a struggle. A lot of us have been putting on some quarantine weight because you're not doing as much. You know, my house centers around, I'm in my kitchen now, and my house centers around my kitchen, and I've never been an emotional eater. But no, less about me, more about this. The only reason I'm telling you about these is because they actually did give me some morning wood for the first time in a long time. I basically abused my body and adrenal glands over the past couple of years trying to get ripped, trying to get super lean because, I don't know, it was kind of fun too. It was fun to see the results. But then I realized your 20s and 30s, your testosterone should be at its highest. Why get super shredded when you should be putting on as much muscle as possible? You don't want to have to put on a bunch of muscle in your 40s and 50s. You want to be able to do a little cardio, protect your ligaments, and, kind of coast in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So your 20s and 30s and early 40s are prime time to put on some muscle, which is what I'm starting to do now. And it feels good. But you can only do that if your testosterone is high enough and your cortisol is low enough and you're getting the proper amount of sleep, obviously, to be muscle building mode. So that's why I had to start taking these consistently. Since I started taking these, my sleep's improved. I'm able to kind of relax and chill myself out. Sometimes I'm in workout mode and I'm like, I gotta go work out and relieve the stress. But that might just put my cortisol higher and mess up my sleep later on. So I'll take a couple of these and see what they tell me to do. The main benefits I've seen from these is it does give you more energy. So if it's like noon like it is now, and I'm like, I could eat something, but I'm like, but I don't need to. But I want the energy boost, I'll take a couple of these. Because it gives you a boost without adding any calories. But it doesn't give you a jolt like caffeine where you're going to be cracked out and raise your cortisol. It's an energy booster without the cortisol, which is pretty cool. The next thing is, the other benefit is it did raise my T levels. In a recent video, I got morning wood the first time I took this, for the first time in a while. So I know they work for me. However, my friend took them, but he didn't notice much of a difference because his T levels are already fine, so they're not for everybody. But he doesn't train. He does some training. He walks and does stuff, but he doesn't train. He's not trying to see significant progress in muscle gain. So they're not really for him. Who they're for are people that are trying to raise their T levels or lower their cortisol, get better sleep, and hopefully do a recomposition, in my opinion. Another thing I've realized, they have increased my cardiovascular endurance, mainly probably because when I'm in a more calm state, I'm able to do more and I'm not stressing myself out and burning out quickly. And they obviously help muscle, and they obviously help strengthen muscle because if your T levels are higher, you're going to feel stronger, and if you're getting better sleep, you're going to feel stronger. Do they melt away belly fat? I'm not sure because it's something very hard to tell, so I can't really speak for that claim. But if you're staying at a calorie maintenance, getting in good training, you're probably definitely burning belly fat. So these things are awesome. I abide by them. You can also get adaptogens from Z Natural Foods and buy them in bulk and make your own little blend. But there's so many different adaptogens and ingredients, it's hard to replicate. So that's why I just take the pill. But I do have some adaptogens from Z Natural Foods that I put in smoothies and stuff, just to play around with different stuff and see what my body likes, what's going to make it perform optimally and help me put on the most muscle possible while I'm still in my 20s. I'm 26. I shouldn't be having low T problems. Shouldn't really have to be taking these so early. But damn it, sometimes you need a little push in the right direction to get you back on baseline so that you can keep forward progressing. It's like sometimes I'll use caffeine to get my motivation back, and then I'll stop taking it once my motivation is back to where I want it. And it's kind of how I use these. So, are they right for you? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Do you want to train harder? Are you happy with your results right now? Do you want to do a recomposition? Are you getting good sleep already? These aren't a cheat code, but they could be a push in the right direction for you, like they have been me, if you're taking them consistently. I want to thank my buddy Michael at Z Natural Foods for putting me onto these and helping me get my T levels back to where they should be. At least for now, until I start abusing my body too much, because like I said, they're not a cheat code, but they are a push in the right direction. Alright, more content coming eventually. Y'all stay happy, stay out of your own head, and stay on lockdown until further notice. So I'll be giving you some more content to nibble on over the next couple weeks. I'll talk to you soon.